Order, determine there's a quorum present. Commissioner Wardlaw, Commissioner Vasquez, Commissioner Garcia, Commissioner Flores, and myself, we have a quorum. If y'all will please rise for the pledge of allegiance. Commissioner Garcia, if you will please lead us in the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Under the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, and one indivisible.
Thank y'all. Seems like everything just keeps going bad, or trying to pick my words here where I'm not cussing, but if y'all don't mind, have a moment of silence for the individuals that lost their lives and those that are still missing, and hopefully that they'll be recovered, the ones that are missing, so their families can have a little bit of closure. Also, we had one of our federal judges, I think yesterday, here in town. His dad, Mr. Cordova, passed, and then this week also we've had an individual that used to work for us, Mr. Sonny Foss. He worked for me when I was a commissioner, and for Commissioner Vasquez also. But again, let's remember those and the flooding, and it seems like it still continues. If y'all don't mind, if we can have a moment of silence. Thank y'all. Item 5, approving.
Second.
Motion, Commissioner Flores. Second, Commissioner Vasquez. Any questions? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 6, I had one individual, Ms. Reyes, under citizens' comments. Ms. Reyes. We missed you.
Oh, thank you. It's been a while. Good morning, Lori Reyes. As you know, I've brought up before my concerns about the dam and any kind of an alert. I know you have something on the agenda. I know everyone, after seeing what's happened in the Kerrville area, is very concerned. But I know you guys are going to address that. My other one I wanted to bring up is there's an item on the agenda for a commercial use in a residential area in the Lake Ridge vicinity, or in Lake Ridge. I feel like that is a slippery slope. We do not need commercial activity in a residential area. I don't know exactly what the commercial activity is. It wasn't specified in the agenda, but the types of noise, potential contamination that can happen with commercial use, depending on what that use is, that's not appropriate in a residential area. So please keep that in mind. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, we'll move on to item 7. We do have a treasurer's report. Any questions on that?
Motion to approve, Judge.
Motion, Commissioner Flores.
I'll second that.
Second, Commissioner Vasquez. Any questions? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 8, discussion possible action on disaster protocol. I put this on the agenda because with what happened in Kerrville and what continues to happen south of us, and you know, how would we respond? What would be our response? And then also, if something was to happen here in Val Verde County, I will tell y'all that got a phone call and got calls from every one of the commissioners wanting to know how they could help. And when they could leave to go to Kerrville or just go help. Commissioner Wardlaw was the first phone call that I received, and then it started with the rest of them. But Middle Rio Grande had reached out to him through the COG. Roland had been in contact with him. I'd sent some emails, and TDM had said that as soon as if they needed help, that they would call us. But it brings up the question, and on Saturday was, how do we do this? I mean, you know, we can all just take off and go. If they need help, we're going to go, and we're going to, you know, we're going to be up there and we're going to help. But my concern would be is not how we're going to pay for it later. How am I going to pay for it now? We have credit cards, and this would be a question, Matt, I guess, and we've talked a little bit. Our credit cards have limits. What is it that we need to do or bring back to the court in order to make sure that when we leave, because we know we're going to get called at some point for some of the neighboring counties. You know, I think we've gone twice since I've been here to Eagle Pass because they've had flooding. But it was like a day or 2 days. We went, all the precincts went, helped, we came back. And that's not a big deal because we're here, we're stationed here, all our employees are here. And we drove up, worked all day and then drove back, drove up another day, worked all day and drove back. But if we get asked to go to other counties, my concern is with the credit cards, if we need to stay up there and our limits are tied to a card, how do I put something on the agenda? Or how do I make sure that if we leave, that we're covered and we don't have a problem buying food with our cards, and we don't have, because we have a limit on our cards. What would be that process? That's one of the things that, you know, might be some of the simplest things to fix, but I didn't want to get the phone call, leave, and then we're up there and we're having to use personal credit cards just to function. Good. Y'all okay with that question? And if y'all have questions right now, and we'll go through the protocol if something happens here.
Well, what we can do, we are in the process of expanding our purchasing capabilities through credit cards with the state. That's one solution. The other solution would be that resolution that you signed for payroll to allow us to pay payroll before it's approved by Commissioner's Court. You could go that route. You could include the credit card payment for emergency expenditures. This way, it will allow us to bypass Commissioner's Court for payment approval. So as those credit card charges come in, we could just make electronic payments.
For emergencies.
For emergencies. Mm-hmm. The bind we're going to get into is if we don't have a receipt, we can't pay that payment. Mm-hmm. So the receipts would have, even though you're out there, the receipts would have to come in. They'd have to be snapshot and gone off to your administrators. Your administrators got it to us and signed off. That would probably be the only challenge there. But one, we got a new credit card coming. And two, the expanded of the credit limit. We got the resolution. And then we can also ask for an expansion. We're currently asking for one for the DA, but that would take time. You know, we are.
So can we put a resolution maybe in the next Commissioner's Court?
You could, to pay the credit card for.
You'll help us with that. What is that you want in it? Mm-hmm. Then we get it to David and make sure that it covers all our bases. And it scared me because I thought they were going to say, come. And you know, they didn't, but mm-hmm. And we'd have figured it out once we were up there, I guess, but I'd hate to be having to figure something out that we could take care of now.
And I understand your position. I have relatives in that area that wanted to go help, and they just said, well, put your name on the list. It was just, all they wanted was just help with the Red Cross. Mm-hmm. All they wanted was funds.
Yeah, and I think we got a text message, Roland got a text message, Red Cross, Salvation Army, and we actually got a picture that they sent us from the phone number that they'd written with a Sharpie in order to help send donations to the Salvation Army. Yeah. They did say that during the conversations that we had a lot of people that were self-deploying, mm-hmm. and that was causing a little bit of chaos. I mean, everybody's intentions are great, but it just, you know, and like I said, my first call was from Commissioner Wardlaw, you know, wanting to leave, and it was like, you know, let's wait. And then all the rest of the commissioners, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? But we were asked to wait. Mm-hmm. You know, one of the conversations that we had also was maybe later on, if they do need help, just to clean and move, because they're still, I guess, in the search and rescue. Right. At that point, we might go up and spend some time, but I just want to be able that the crews are going to be taken care of if they go. Okay. So we'll do a resolution on that. We'll try to put it on the next meeting and try to get that done. And then if we can up the limit, like you said something right now about maybe up the limit on the credit card
That's
for
one of it,
emergencies.
that's not gonna be fast. But if we got in front of it now, we might be able to do that. But once we up the limit's always gonna be up there. So that's a decision for you guys to make, if you always want the credit card limit up there on certain cards. Another purchasing card's on the way, and of course the resolution. The quickest way is probably the resolution, that'll happen in 2 weeks. Credit card, we don't know the limit. Once you raise it, it's there, until we take it back.
But you
down.
can raise it, like you said right now, for certain, we could raise it for certain cards, for certain individuals.
For certain cards, absolutely.
Yeah. So that would give us a little bit of control on what's going on.
Mhm.
And the main thing is the receipts. No matter what we spend, if we're allowed
It's
to
got it,
spend it, we
yeah.
spend it. Just make sure we have the receipts and
Yeah,
we'll be able to pay.
just because it is bypassing his court authority to allow the treasurer to distribute, nothing in that resolution allows the auditor to pay anything that has not been audited.
Okay.
So we're gonna need
Audited would
receipts.
mean the receipt.
Right.
Okay.
That'll be
All
it.
right. We had a conversation with the city, thank you, Matt.
Mhm.
We had a conversation with the city, last Tuesday. Bottom line is what happens, if we have a disaster here, a flooding, places that it's gonna happen, Fox, Cinegas, San Felipe, we'll have some flooding up through, Quail Run, but all that leads back into Fox and then ends up in Cinegas. And then you have the San Felipe Creek, everything that goes through San Felipe. Bottom line is, we do they're gonna look at sirens, and I'm sitting here, go backwards a little bit. They're looking at sirens, they don't have sirens right now. Would they be a benefit to our citizens, whether they live inside the city limits or whatever, they all live in the county? As long as we could probably make sure that if we might be able to help with the sirens as the city comes and asks. And if we could help, because it would, depending on the placement of the sirens, you would also catch people outside, inside the city limits. So, like I told them, we'll present it to the court. And I know that, Poverty Park, we've looked at sirens there before, precinct 3. You had mentioned, some there, and naturally in Cinegas in that area, but again, after you do the sirens, if we do the sirens, I think our best defense to all this is that when we get notified that it's probably coming, let's go ahead and begin the door-to-door to get them to, especially where we know that, where we have inundation maps that we know that this is where if it floods, this is where it's going to begin, that we go to door to those individuals and try to get them out before the flooding actually happens. That way our first responders are not in imminent danger now that we're trying to get them out, because we didn't go and try to get them out before the flooding. But that would be the step, would be to notify them, try to get them out. And then the ones that don't leave, take down their addresses. That way we know after it goes down where to go to look. Part of the conversation was also what happens after the flooding or the event. You've got to go back, search rescue, mark the houses, the ones that have already been looked at, make sure nobody's in them, if there's houses left, and go through that process. We do, and I'm not going to go into the plan, but there is a plan in place through TDM and through our emergency management, through Roland, and with the Mandan-Darko through the city on the process that we would need to take. The main thing is going to be, and I know this is real trivial, but it's not going to help us. It'll help us later on. Whatever we do and whatever we spend money on, we've got to keep the receipts. We did it through the winter storm. We've done it through the hailstorm, windstorm, everything that we've been through. As long as we keep the receipts, hopefully the state or the federal government will come back and try to make us whole again or reimburse us. But without the receipts, we can't do that. If we get a call from Kerrville or Llano, wherever, and they need help, or Eagle Pass or Quemado, and we need to go clean, we'll just wait on the phone call. We have offered, and we'll just wait and see when they and if they need help. Y'all have any questions or anything?
I just wanted to make a statement about what a large area it is we're talking about. It's from Eagle Pass to San Angelo, all the way around Llano, the San Saba, Guadalupe, the Frio, the San Gabriel, all the way up to San Marcos. It's a long ways across. There's more than one community that it grew. It doubled in size over the weekend. These last rains.
And when you look at the Devil's River, and you open it up on your smartphone or computer or whatever, I think 163, you started making phone calls, and it just crosses. It just keeps crossing 163, and then 163 for the highway follows the river. So it's like it didn't cross once. It just kept crossing, and they kept getting worse. But either way, I wanted to put this on there. I don't want to be caught and not being able to go, or then trying to figure out what to do. Do you have any other concerns, comments? Item 9, discussion possible action on the appointment or reappointment of SART members as per Texas Local Government Code 351.252. We have a group here from PCFS. I want to thank them for being a part of this. Thank you so much. I know that y'all have sort of been leading the charge on this. Thank y'all. Well, we're going to go through here. You were handed a sheet. This is something that Commissioners Court has to do. So we'll go through it, and David and John have printed us a list in case after we have the conversation, or these are the people that in our opinion, need to be on it, and by statute should be on it, right? And they're on item number 7. It says the sexual assault nurse examiner or forensic examiner. We'll just leave that one vacant because they're in the process of getting trained.
They're not fully certified.
Yeah. But everybody else, and I'll go through it real quick, and this is in no particular order. PCFS Health and Human Services Regional Director, or their designee, Winter Garden Women's Shelter, Inc., Chief Administrator, or their designee, the 83rd Judicial District Attorney, Ms. West, and all of them are going to say
83rd, should be 63rd.
63rd? I'm sorry, it is. City of Del Rio Police Chief, Valverde County Sheriff, the CEO for the Regional Medical Center, and I'll give you this list right now. Do you have it? Okay, I'll give it to you right now. And they all have names attached to this, but I'm not reading the names because it's the entity and then whoever's at that position. Item 7, the sexual assault nurse examiner. Thank you. And then you have your Valverde County attorney, which is David Martinez or his designee. Laughlin Air Force Base, sexual assault response coordinator. And then when they meet, this next meeting when y'all meet, if y'all will elect a presiding officer, and when y'all do meet, we will give you a recommendation who we believe that should be, okay? Which in reality would probably be Ms. West, to lead that up. But that's something that y'all will, as the group, as a SART group, this is something that y'all will decide by statute. Did I cover everything?
Yes, sir.
Am I missing anything?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If anybody has any questions, we can answer the questions. If they don't have the questions, what I'll do is the names that I just read, I'll put that in the form of a motion and add this list for the record, Ms. Chapoy. That way it's part of it. I'll make a motion that these are. I gave the motion. The second was Commissioner Flores. Any questions? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. And I want to thank y'all. I know it's difficult, and what we just did is no reflection, and I need to be perfectly clear on this, is no reflection of anybody doing anything bad, good, or indifferent. I think y'all have done an amazing job. Everybody that's been on it, it's just something to clean up the process. Okay. Mr. Chapoy, I'm gonna give you this. That way you'll have it.
And it's gonna be by entity, not by person.
That one right there is entity and person already,
Okay,
but if somebody leaves, then it would be whoever takes that position.
okay, thank you.
That's okay, right? Good? Yes. Okay. Item 10, discussion possible action to ratify the resolution for Target Ring Construction Grant and authorize county judge to sign. We've already signed it. That's how come we're ratifying. It needed to be turned in last week by Thursday. So we ended up signing it on Wednesday and it was turned in. It was just a resolution that we're moving forward with the project.
Can you take action on this?
I need for y'all to ratify. Okay. Have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second.
second that, Judge.
Commissioner Vasquez, any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries, 5-0. Item 11, discussion possible action on referendum to be put on November election concerning Second and National Bridge. We talked about this probably 3 months ago, and the deadline is in August, so I figured I'd put this on now in case I missed something, we could take care of it. What we talked about at the last go-round was putting items on the agenda. One would be a vote or an item on the, not on the agenda, an item on the election, whether the citizens of Valverde County believe that a second bridge is necessary, for or against. And then another item on there also, that the citizens of Valverde County, and when I say citizens of Valverde County, it doesn't matter where you live, inside Comstock, City of Del Rio, inside Valverde County, they would take a vote on the second one, whether they believe it to be north or south. Basically, two of them. Binding, there was a conversation if this would be binding, it would be binding to the Commissioner's Court of Valverde County. That's where, that's who it would bind to the decision of the voters of Valverde County. The City of Del Rio, there isn't a whole lot I can do about that, or the county can do about that, but it would be binding to Commissioner's Court, whatever that decision of the citizens of Valverde County come up with, or whatever they vote on. I don't know if you need a resolution to that effect or not, but I would like to, before we get into that, if the court is all right with moving forward with both of those referendums or items to be added to the election, I would like to take a vote on that. That way we can move forward with that. And then if there's something else that the process that we need to take, if you'll look into it, if we need to bring it back, then we bring it back. At least we have enough time to get that done. But I would like to take a vote by Commissioner's Court on whether they believe or want both of these items to be put on the election in November.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we put both of these items as a public referendum at the November election.
I'll second that. I have a motion, Commissioner Garcia. I have a second, Commissioner Flores. Any other questions? All those in favor? I'm going to take a roll call vote on this one, if y'all don't mind, just for the record, and make sure that I did or did not hear different. Mr. Wardlaw, how do you vote, Commissioner?
For.
Commissioner Vasquez.
I'm for the item, Judge.
Commissioner Garcia.
For the item.
Commissioner Flores.
In favor of the item.
And myself, it is unanimous. It is a 5-0 vote for both those referendums to be placed on the November ballot. And Ms. Chapoy, if you don't mind, if we need to do something different or come up with a formal resolution, so please let us know. And so far, we've got more time. Thank you.
It has to be ordered, the order has to be done by the 18th of August.
Mhm.
So within the next we're gonna need help with the wording for the ballot with David, and we will put it on an order, and all of you have to sign.
Okay. That's how come I wanted to put it on now, that one case we weren't at the last minute trying to figure.
August 13th, so we
Not a
can-
problem. So in 2 weeks,
We will work with
that'll work.
Ms. Reyes and Mr. Floyd.
Okay. Thank you so much, David. Appreciate it. We took a vote, 5-0 vote, and we will wait for y'all's response as to what, if anything, we need to come back. That work? Thank y'all. Discussion information on 2025-2026 budget. We have some new commissioners, and so I wanted to make sure that understand the process or not, but what happens in, the meeting in, let me get my stuff together, August 13th meeting, what we'll need to do is we'll need to put on there, the tax rate and then vote on the proposed tax rate. It can still change, but if nothing else, we present a tax rate, vote on the proposed tax rate, and then at that point, we'll set dates for the tax rate hearing, which will probably be on August 27th. We'll set dates to publish the tax rate, which will be, we'll have to give time before the 27th meeting, so it'll go out on the 15th of August. Date for budget workshops, I'll present y'all with a couple of dates, and if we need more, we can. But the dates would be during regular scheduled meetings, but if we need to have another budget workshop outside of that, the court can decide on that. August 27th and September 10th are the dates that I'll present to y'all, because those are in line with Commissioner Court meetings. Date for budget hearing on the 27th of August. On the 13th of August, we will set elected official salaries. What we have right now in the budget is 3% for every elected official. Now, there are some that are going to change. The district judges, our part might change, don't know yet, but for sure the state part is going to change, but that's something that we have nothing to do with, just whatever the county's portion is going to be. We've been asked to look at those portions, and that'll depend on whether we put more money in there or not, depending on what the other counties that the district judges belong to. All right. I think, David, yours might change. There's a supplement change. And I think we're still waiting for final determination to figure out what that is. Hopefully we'll have it before the end of this month, and hopefully for sure by August 15th when I go to file the budget, it'll be in there. And it'll be brought, August 13th, it'll be brought to here. Judge Gonzalez's will change. All of these are by state statute. Judge Gonzalez's will change. He'll get a pretty good sized bump. My supplement basically goes from 25 to 35. I'm not going to accept that difference, but we cannot. I have to accept this whole supplement, but I'm not going to accept the $10,000 raise. It just isn't fair that I'm putting 3% raise in a budget and then getting a $10,000 bump. So y'all gonna have to figure out how we can donate that back to the county.
The difference.
Well, right now the statute says that the judge's salary from the general fund cannot be cut, and he has to take the full increase from the state, which can do just the 152 donations. You can donate part of your salary.
So once y'all figure that out, hopefully y'all figure it out by the 15th of August. I'd like to keep the money, at least the 25, but if it gets if it gets just really complicated, we just don't take none of it. Okay.
Oh, that's not going to happen.
Okay. Well, y'all figure it out.
No.
Y'all figure it out.
Okay.
Okay. But those are the major changes that you'll see in dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Elected officials did get 3%. We went to 40 hours. The individuals that were at 37 and a half hours are going to 40 hours, plus a 3% raise. Anybody carrying a gun, law enforcement, first responders, 5% raise. And those that were already at 40 hours, a 4% raise, the majority of them, versus a 3% raise. They got a 4% raise. There was some changes in some of fire department. When y'all go to look at it, major changes in fire department, this court and the previous court and the previous court before that, every court before this. But this court, with the two commissioners that I have on each side right now that are sitting in the front row, and have done an amazing job. And I'm not talking bad about y'all because y'all just got here. But when you look at the amount of equipment the fire department has, it is just freaking unbelievable. And what is coming? We've got another water truck coming. We've got a brush truck coming. That's been part of y'all's. And then, Lake Ridge, fire hydrants and insurance that we're paying out at Lake Ridge. That was a concern. There's a fire station going to be built, on 277 somewhere, and that discussion will be had in a couple of weeks. But one of the things that you'll see, there's been more firemen added. When your insurance company asks if you have a full-time fire department, and we say no, that affects everybody's insurance, whether you live in Escondido or outside of the city limits. So hopefully, after October, you'll be able to say that you have in the budget, there is positions available for a full-time fire department. Okay, so, there was 4 more positions added. Don't know if they'll be able to fill them right away, but in the budget that I'll present to Commissioners Court, they are added. Our budget between last year and this year is about a $2 million increase, from last year to this year, like a $27 million expense. Our numbers are different, but around a $29 million this year. We are, and again, I'm going to use my numbers because my numbers are worse than your numbers. But we are about $3.2 million between revenue and expenses that would have to come out of fund balance. And we went through the numbers yesterday. His numbers weren't that bad, but my numbers were over 3 million, and Matt's were a little under.
And once again, we're all estimating what we're going to.
We are, right, at this point, and I keep looking back at you because you deal with the tax end. You argue that, but that's what we're waiting on right now, is for the taxes and the values to be certified. Once they come in, then we can put those numbers in.
Then there's a bunch of adjustments for engine defense, for paper ready inmates, for debt service funds, so that there's a lot, but the majority of it, you're correct, will be in before the 25th.
So we will, for those of y'all, and probably Bo listening, because this is the part that he'd have heartburn with, we are going to use fund balance in order to balance. It is not a balanced budget. It will be a structurally sound budget.
Okay.
But as far as when you say balanced budget, that would mean that your income and your expenses are the same, or your income's more. That has not happened the whole time that I've been here.
And typically, you wouldn't try to do that, simply for the fact that your appropriations are never going to reach 100%. So if you continually balance off current versus current revenues, current expenditures, then your fund balance would just continue to grow, and then you'd have a lot of days in service, and then you would have a different problem on your hands with.
And then the taxpayers want to know, how come you're charging me so much tax?
There you
And
go.
you're not using my money. Why are you using the tax? Why are you charging me the tax?
Right.
So we will use fund balance in order to balance the budget. A lot of it in the budget that I presented to Matt for him to go through is a non-reoccurring expense. So that to me is the key. We'll try to stick between the 79 and the 87 days, and it depends which one you're looking at, whether you're looking at revenue or expenses. You like revenue.
I do.
And I like expenses, but
Okay.
Either way, between 79 and 87 days. So naturally, with our expenses increasing, so will our fund balance. What we leave will have to increase per day. But I will get y'all something this month. Get y'all a full copy of the budget, my part, before the end of the month. Okay. It might be the end of the month, but you'll have it.
And the one that you're going to give the commissioner, that's not going to be the filed one.
No,
It's
it'll
just
give them
a
something to
working
look at, and
Okay.
then what we can do is we'll pull the pages, the ones that we're changing. Okay, when we file the one, August 13th, 15th.
Sounds good.
That'll work.
That'll
But
work.
again, when y'all go to look at it, especially the new commissioners, we will be using somewhere around $3 million out of fund balance. Okay, just to balance the budget. All right. The other key point that is totally different this year is that precinct 2 and precinct 4 will receive $1,000 in my budget that I present to the court. Again, it's my budget until the court gets it, and then it's the court's budget. They will receive $1,000 per mile of road that they have booked in their log. Okay, 80, I think it's 81 point something. I think you're 111, and then if everything works out, the fiscal year 26, 27, I will put in that budget $1,000 for paving for years and an extra $1,000 for your 30 some odd miles of road. And it just right now, with the amount of money that's already coming out of fund balance and the amount of money that we're using, I didn't think it was wise to go spend another $200,000. And if we rotate it like this, I think it would help balance the budget. Okay.
All right.
But those are the major changes in there. All right. Do you have any questions?
So I get 131,000 more next year?
If everything works out, yes, sir.
Okay.
131.02, I think. Unless you make me mad.
That's what I'm worried about. There's a lot to happen from here to
It
there.
is, right? No. And it'll take me a day to get over it, and I'll be fine. Right? We're good. All right. Would you mind going if we went to Douglas? And we have people here that are sitting on item 20. Would you go through? Yes, sir. Douglas? We're going to jump to item 20. Discussion possible action on commercial use, non-conforming use of residential zone property, 453 Dos Amigos Drive, Lake Ridge Ranch, lot 288, phase 3. And David, if at any point that you think we should take this in executive session, you tell us, but I'd like to start the conversation if you don't mind.
No, I think we can have.
You okay? Okay. We've had concerns on this property with a mechanic shop, and it seemed like at the beginning, they were able to hide the cars. Now we're not hiding the cars, and you have pictures of more cars outside. And Amistad Land Use and Zoning, this lies within Amistad Land Use and Zoning. And this is the only place that Valverde County has true zoning authority that was granted by the state. So we can't dabble, or we can't stick our spoon in somebody else's coffee when it comes to Senegas and deed restrictions and all that, because we have no zoning authority out there. But this falls within Amistad Land Use and Zoning.
Right.
Is that correct?
Correct.
So this is a reason that it's on Commissioner's Court, and it's not, in our opinion, it's not a hobby, because there's vehicles out there that belong to other people that he's getting paid for to work on. So whether he does it in the afternoon after he gets off of work, or he or she does the work after hours, after he gets out of their regular job, or on Saturdays and Sundays, he's still getting paid, and it's not a hobby. It is a business. So what is it that we could do if the court deems it necessary and wants to take action on this? What is it that we could do before the court says, okay, we want to do it?
Has it gone before the Amistad?
Amistad Zoning, we had a meeting already, and their recommendation from Amistad Zoning was to bring it to the court because it doesn't conform with the land use of that area.
Right.
And it is not, it is a commercial building in a residential neighborhood.
So their recommendation was that this request be denied.
No, yes,
It
their
cannot be
well, their motion was that we take action on it because they should not be using it as commercial. Whatever that action would be, and there was no way for me to advise Amistad Zoning legally what we could do and couldn't do. They basically it's non-conforming. So, and they're saying it's non-conforming, so I asked them to throw it back on our lap and let us make the decision because we have attorneys to tell us what we could or could not do. The people that own the property ain't asking for anything. The people around the property in Amistad zoning right now, we're the ones with the issue.
Judge, in reading through the statute on this, each carved out location that counties are given authority to regulate over is unique. So under our specific rules and regulations for Amistad, a violation such as this is accompanied with a fine between $500 to $1,000. It's treated as a misdemeanor a day, and each day is counted as a separate offense. The issue then becomes we also would need to then prosecute the case in district court. So I would recommend that at this moment, if we want to send a letter again laying out exactly what the potential penalties are, we can essentially do a cease and desist to the property owner. I know in the past, in discussions with Carlos, that we have sent them a letter to ask them to basically cease the activity. I don't know if we want to go down the route of trying to treat this as an offense every single day and then assign a penalty to it.
I would assume that whatever we are legally able to do, that we go do it. But my concern in visiting with Carlos and Amistad zoning is that I don't want these people to feel that we blindsided them. I think that we need to give them notice. If it means more notice, then we give them the notice and before we decide to drop the hammer.
Right.
But that would be my opinion.
You can certainly send a letter then, Judge, or work with the letter with Carlos, giving them a grace period, whether it's 10 days, 30 days,
Whatever.
To give them an opportunity to remedy the problem. And then give them, once that grace period expires, obviously, then they will know that if they're not in compliance at that point, then the court will.
Okay.
I've got a question. Would it be possible that we could send maybe a constable to hand deliver a letter from the county,
Well, I'm sure.
making sure that they are receiving the letter,
Yeah, I'm sure that won't be a problem.
mailing it to them, and, well, we never got it, or we never got it, or whatever.
That's a good idea.
Service.
Yes, personal service.
Another thing, Judge, is the cost. What is this gonna cost us, David? What is this gonna cost us on court fees and going through the process?
It's gonna cost them. It's a criminal case.
Yeah.
All court costs are there assessed against the defendant if they're found guilty.
Just making sure.
So, is the court all right with moving forward, and basically dropping this in David's lap, in Carlos's lap, to move forward, with letters? And if that doesn't work, to move forward with, court action?
Judge, so my interpretation, just to be on the same page, you were thinking the first letter to be a cease and desist for 10 or 15 days, but that,
I give them a grace period to remedy.
Yes.
The problem.
Okay, great.
I think again, I don't want them to feel like we're blindsiding them, but we have been sending them letters. I don't think they believe that it's this serious, but I think we need to explain to them that it's hit the fan now. Now we need to take care of it, and we're going to take action. Whatever that action, that our attorneys deem necessary, but I would assume that if it's going to be on a daily basis, if that's what we're allowed to do and treat each one of them, then that's what we do, after the grace period. And I would think that we give them 30, 45 days to make sure that they can fix whatever's in the yard and get it out, because they've already committed to it. But fix what you got, don't accept no more, get them out of your yard, and don't do this anymore. That's just my opinion. Y'all okay with that? That's in your precinct.
Yeah, 30 days seems a lot. I mean, I would give them 15 days.
There are quite a few teeth in this, so we can essentially enjoin the use of the actual building if they don't comply. There's things that you can do that seem fairly extreme. So
The biggest issue that I see here is that you're not talking about land with a mechanic shop. The person's got a house there, family living there, at the end of the day, he's a taxpayer. So you gotta give him that opportunity to make whatever moves to accommodate the county or the neighborhood moving out or whatever. I mean, we just can't jump on it
I would-
and try to kill them.
I would rather give them more days than not, because at the end of the day.
I would too.
This is fixing
I
to get
would too.
serious.
Right.
And we're gonna be going after him,
He's a taxpayer.
in a very harsh manner, which he's created the problem, don't get me wrong. But if we give him more days, how long has this been going on? Years?
In a couple of years, we first talked about it, 2-3 years.
Yeah, we sent the first notice in August 2022.
So 30, 45 days to give them to correct this with the proper, notice and make sure that we've covered everything before we just drop the hammer. I don't think we
Hand
can.
deliver that letter and we're gonna be fine with them.
Ma'am, you got a comment?
Yes, if I may interrupt for just a second. I live directly, on that street, and, it's kind of like.
Well, before you start, can you give your name if you don't mind? That way we know.
And I would rather not take my picture if you don't mind, Ms. Gleason. Okay. Yes, Sonia Vargas. I live directly on that street. It's been probably 3 years, even before he started to build his property or
Yeah,
his
that's what
home.
you said.
He built the shop first. I was the real estate agent on 7th Street when they sold that, and I approached him with the same question on 7th Street where he was doing mechanic work. At that time, I believe he was working at Ford, doing mechanic part-time. When I sold the property and I took the listing, I saw the oil on the ground. I said, where do you dispose of oil? Because I worked for the government and for TCEQ, that entity in itself. And he says, my neighbors don't complain. It was on ground. It was in a bucket. So is he doing that at Lake Ridge? And this has been going on for probably 3 years or so. I've contacted Mr. Velarde. Now Commissioner Fernando knows about it. He does it on purpose. He knows that I'm upset because he drives very fast on my street. I've contacted Scott Nebel with his delivery vehicles, just fast, furious, delivering parts in a hurry. We had an 18-wheeler being serviced at his property. Would I want my husband to perform mechanic work full-time, because he is a full-time mechanic, on my property, having all kinds of men and vehicles and coming to my property as a wife? Absolutely not. This is a residential area. My mom is very sick right now. I'm taking care of her. She would walk from her house, which is almost catty corner from mine. We live next to the little curb on Dos Amigos. She's about this big. My fear was always to get run over by his trucks because they're high trucks. He's a diesel mechanic. Not too long ago, my husband and I were weeding our yard. I witnessed a trailer coming down the street, a truck with a truck being serviced as a property. I myself know the individual that was taking the vehicle to get it repaired, dropped it off, came by, chit-chatted with us, and they went their way. Proof enough. He knows that I'm upset at the situation, and he'll look at me, which the next time he does.
That's how come we're gonna take action.
But I think you've given him extra time and plenty of time. Mr. Velarde is a witness that he's been doing this knowing that it's not allowed and it's against our property restrictions. So I think giving him additional time, he could have been present today and he chose not to be, because I think the county officials stopped by his property yesterday and notified him that this was happening today. I get it. We all need to work. I work out of home too, at times in my office. Then I go to the office where I work out of. I get it. We all need to make a living, but let's do it right. We're not against for him to work. He is a full-time mechanic on his property. He's not a part-timer. I just feel that it shouldn't be happening. On another side note, he can do it. The neighbor over here can do it. He's already installed a professional lift in his 2-bay garage. And they're neighbors. I mean, are we going to have this? I don't see myself staying at Lake Ridge forever. I do want to sell it. Just from being in the business for over 12 years, I know that people come to Del Rio, they look at your neighbor, they look at the other side. Can I sell my property? Having a mechanic shop, and the traffic is horrible, horrible. All these trucks going by, so testing the vehicle on a street that people walk. My neighbor has a newborn. She gets in her stroller and walks every single morning. God forbid something happens to her. The neighbor directly to them. She jogs, her kids jog. Again, those trucks come speeding all the time. We live on that little sharp curve. But neighbors are actually afraid because he has a really nasty attitude. And he can retaliate, but I feel that this has been going on too long, way too long. And nothing's been done, and he basically is laughing at it that,
Well, he's not gonna be laughing anymore.
you know,
I mean,
that it's carried on so long
It's
that,
not gonna be laughing anymore. The court will take action, whatever we decide today. There is gonna be action taken. I think the concern is gonna be right now is how much time we give him.
right, and the legality part of it, I totally understand that, you know, you don't want to catch him off guard, which, you know, basically he's operating and he knows knowingly that it's against, you know, and I can go further in detail, a lot more information, but I feel that I just wanted to give
We
you
appreciate
some
your
of it,
comments.
and thank you for your time.
No, thank you for coming, taking time out of your day to come. If we're not gonna do 45 days, I'd appreciate the 30 days, because I think that covers all our bases and at least it gives him time to do something. That's just I'm sorry, Commissioner. Go ahead.
No, you hit it right on top, Judge. I was gonna, say that. I'm thinking maybe the longest would be 30 days. I think that would be sufficient, but you brought it up first, Judge.
You, make that motion?
Yes, sir.
30 days?
Judge, I'll make a motion here for, item number 20.
I'll second it.
Okay.
I was about to say the same thing.
The 30 days and give
No
you,
longer than 30 days, Judge, and then,
Have
hopefully
it.
he'll be in compliance.
Okay.
Can you add that there'll be a hand delivered
Yeah,
letter to
David,
him?
yes, sir, David said he,
Yeah.
person.
Okay, I have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries, 5-0. We'll go back. Thank you, Judge. To give, to send a letter and give him 30 days and then give authority to David, to move forward with the
I have
process.
a question on all this. How many members does the land, I'm sorry, land
Four.
use? Four?
4 and
There's
5.
none here?
Huh?
None are here? Well, I mean, I
Yeah.
know,
No,
but the rest are not here.
no.
What kind of authority do they have to? take
They
action?
recommend. They
That's it,
recommend, that's it. The
recommendation.
court is
Okay.
the one that takes the action. But the recommendation, is theirs.
Yeah, we're an advisory committee.
Yes.
Judge, are we gonna have to go back through this in court again, or does enforcement begin at 30 days immediately?
I think, we'll leave it up to David to see which way he wants to run, but I think he has authority to move forward with whatever he needs.
Absolutely. We'll see if he has any kind of a response, and if he does, we'll present that response to the court, and the court can consider that.
Okay. Item 13, discussion possible action authorize, serving children and adults in need.
Motion to approve, Judge, Little Community Health Fair for the, people of, Valverde County.
And this will take place July 25th at the Tony Foss County Annex Building from 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. The building is what's the address?
315 East Sequoia, Judge, inviting everybody from the community.
All right. I have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second.
Second.
Any expenditures on it related to this?
Do what?
Any expenditures related to this?
No, sir, none at all.
None that you'll see.
All right.
That you'll be able to audit. I have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Garcia. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Do you mind reading item 14?
Oh, come on. 14, the wrong one. Item 14, discussion possible action regarding MOU or interlocal agreement.
Mr. Commissioner Flores?
I've got a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
A motion, a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. 4-0.
There we go. Go to the next one.
That's it. Discussion possible action on entering a partnership with the Brown Plaza Association to have a back-to-school fair.
Motion to approve, Commissioner Flores?
Commissioner, were you gonna change the date though?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was gonna change the date, Commissioner Vasquez, to Friday, the 8th.
I will change my motion for August the 8th. So that it may.
So I have a motion, and do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
This one here, it's a back to school, fair. So if, as judge, I can't say to go donate, to these people or whatever, but you can. How would they donate?
Well,
Can they
the
contact
reason of
you,
the
or-
partnership, Judge, is that Brown Plaza Association is classified as a 501c. So that opens the door to donations from big companies, private citizens, HEB, Walmart, I mean, banks, you name it. Right?
Yeah, banks, okay.
Banks.
You're right. I'll Sylvia. But either way, it's a good program. I mean, it's something that is very worthwhile to our community, but if y'all get a chance, again, I can't say go donate, but Commissioner did, and you can contact the Commissioner or Brown Plaza if you need to make those donations. And I'm gonna congratulate, and thank, the Commissioners. If you've noticed, probably in the last 2 years, I think y'all have put more stuff on, the Commissioners have put more stuff on, to help the community, which has been just, impressive. We've had the resources, we've had the buildings, and I want to thank y'all. It's amazing. Thank y'all. Item 16, discussion possible action requesting the
Motion to
Commissioner.
approve.
I will second that.
Motion Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 17, Sheriff Joe Frank Martinez authorizing, asking authorization to set 2026 sheriffs and constables.
Second.
Motion Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 18, discussion possible action to authorize Sheriff Joe Frank Martinez to sign 2025.
Motion to approve.
I will second that, Judge.
Commissioner Flores gave the motion, Commissioner Vasquez the second. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Item 19, I will read it, will abstain from it because it is my property, but I will read it. Item 19,
Motion
discussion.
to approve, Judge.
I will second that, Judge.
Motion Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. Is there any questions on that? All those in favor?
I had a couple on, but I'm not.
All those in favor, motion passes 5-0. Item 20, we've already.
4-0.
4-0, I'm sorry, yes. Thank you, David, thank you, Gus, thank you, Karen, thank you, Commissioner Vasquez, thank you, everybody. Motion carries 4-0, and I abstained. Tried to vote, but no, it didn't work. Item 21, discussion possible action for the issuance of a county.
Second.
Commissioner Vasquez, motion, Commissioner Flores, second. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 22, discussion possible action on amendment of Sovi Villalobos lease, Del Rio Youth Soccer Association. Ms. Villalobos requesting it to extend.
Approve, Judge.
I'll second that for discussion.
Commissioner Vasquez, Commissioner Flores. Yes, sir.
Is this gonna be a conflict with anybody else using,
I don't think so. Nobody else has come to ask.
Okay.
I will tell you that we have
Question.
another soccer league that is looking to rent or to lease, and
there's
They
one
need
that's
to come
been
forward.
calling me.
They need to
They
come
want to use
forward.
those fields, that land over there off Johnson Boulevard.
They need to come
That's what I was
forward.
asking.
Yeah. No, and if they'll come forward, then we can put them on the agenda.
Okay.
Okay. Motion Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries. Item 23, discussion possible action to approve the purchase of the following vehicles from.
Motion to approve, Judge. A, B, and C.
I
will second that.
have a motion Commissioner Flores and Commissioner Vasquez. Any questions? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 24, discussion possible action to approve the trade-in of a 2016.
Motion to approve, Judge, is presented.
Second.
Judge,
On this item here, that amount for that vehicle is gonna change. It's gonna increase. I just don't know the total amount yet.
But they have the dollars.
They have, yeah,
And
they're doing
it's
the
not
budget
gonna affect
adjustment.
us, it's affecting the OLS.
Right.
Right?
Can I ask a
You okay
question?
with-
I'm okay with it.
The 2016 that they're trading in, does it have lights and all that stuff, or is it just like a passive?
It won't have all that. If it does now, it won't have it by the time we trade it in.
But does it have it now?
Does the 2016, what is it? Chevy
Is it
Tahoe?
outfitted?
Is it outfitted already?
You know, the one that
The
the
one,
trade-in.
the traded.
That I can't answer, and we weren't aware when they
Okay.
asked for it.
The question is like they say, is it
10,000.
I'm wondering
We've
if
turned that
I
over.
could give them $1,000 and let mine
Okay.
use it as a patrol vehicle, if it's tricked out, you know?
well, the thing is though, that they're probably using the outfit something else, somewhere else,
Okay,
if it is.
okay.
But by statute, we have to remove everything
Right.
before we
Okay,
get rid of it.
the question was though, I guess, for one, what are you gonna do with the vehicle? Is it just $1,000, what you're getting, right?
Mhm.
Trade in. Does it have is it outfitted? Is the car running? And the reason is because maybe, but Wancho just bought a vehicle.
Yeah, but,
So, but his concern is it, doesn't have the lights.
Yeah.
So if this car already has the lights, maybe we could just give you the $1,000,
in precinct 3 on.
yeah, precinct 3 ends up with.
We'll be happy to
Will
work
you
with
check
that. I
and
will
see?
tell the judge and commissioners, some of the older vehicles that we turn in, when we remove everything, we do have a few extra lights. We can't put them on new ones because they change every year.
So
And
let's
so
do
we may
this.
have something
He
to
already
be able
bought
to
a vehicle.
outfit them.
Let's,
So if you
we
just
have,
reach out to me, I'll get you.
we have a
whatever you
motion to do this, and we have a second. If Wancho wants the car for $1,000 and it's to his benefit, and he can take it out of his operating or whatever, or y'all.
I can take it out.
That's what I'm saying, if y'all can do that before you go to trade it in, give them an option. Yes,
As long as
sir.
it's going to law enforcement, I think we're okay to not have to strip it, as long as it's going to law enforcement. Yes, sir.
Isn't that constable receiving an auto allowance?
Yeah.
He receives an auto allowance, but
We have that issue.
he could use $1,000 to buy the vehicle out of his auto allowance as long as it's for that still remains to the county.
But the auto, I think the point is the auto allowance is used for his personal vehicle. Now he won't have the use of a personal vehicle.
But he'll still have to be paying fuel for the personal vehicle.
Yeah, it's just
Right,
something
so
we have
we-
to address.
Right, it would come out of his W-2.
But it's a county vehicle at the end of the day.
Who would make that business decision? Nobody.
Well, let's do this. Let's have him work on it before we make that decision, and then we'll get with Wancho, because if he ends up with the vehicle, it's gonna open up another can of worms, and then we'll have to do something with his auto allowance. Does that work?
Correct.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll discuss it with him. It's just something that popped in my head real quick.
Yeah, well, we probably need to have that discussion, because he might say that he don't want the vehicle.
Yeah.
I have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez and Commissioner Flores, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Was it Commissioner Flores? Who said what?
I said,
You said. There you go. Item 25, discussion possible action to approve.
And this,
Commissioner
and
Flores?
I have a question on this one. I have capital outlay account on this one, but I think it's coming out of the CO account for precinct 1. Is that correct, Commissioner?
it's capital outlay.
I don't think you have capital.
Okay, let's do this. We have a motion,
So
Commissioner
it's
Flores.
the CO account.
Okay, let's do this. We have a motion, Commissioner Flores, and Commissioner Vasquez. If you will get with the commissioner from precinct 1 to figure out whether it's
It's
capital
CO.
outlay or
It's the
CO.
CO. Certificates of obligation.
Yes.
We're okay?
Certificates of obligation.
All in favor? Aye. Item 26, discussion possible
Motion to
action.
approve, Judge.
Second that, Judge.
Motion, Commissioner Flores, and
That's,
Commissioner
uh,
Vasquez.
Wait,
That's out of capital though, correct?
No, that's from, operating.
So we're gonna do a budget adjustment from operating to capital?
Okay, hold on.
Is that what we're-
No.
It just,
You can. If you want it out of operating, we'll just do a
yeah,
budget
operating.
adjustment.
I'm gonna get it from operating.
Okay, budget adjustment.
but I thought we couldn't do that.
You can do a budget adjustment. What'd you mean?
Because I had gone to Melissa months ago about buying a
Okay, let's do
truck.
this. With the motion that we have right now, if he's gonna do a budget adjustment and take it out of operating, and I have a second, can I take a vote on that?
Okay, yeah, the court's authority to.
And then if you'll visit with her, and we'll figure this out. Because we're talking about two different things, and it's not, what you're talking about isn't the agenda item. I'm not trying to
No,
shut you off.
no, I understand, but I didn't think we could use operating funds to buy capital
You can't.
stuff.
You can't.
And you, I think you had a question with that,
Yeah, because I directly asked Melissa about buying a grapple truck several months ago.
Yeah.
And she said, I didn't have the money, and I said,
Okay.
can I use operating? And she told me no. That I
Okay.
could not.
But again, we're getting off because it has nothing to do with the agenda
Okay.
item.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to.
No,
But
I get it's not on there, but
you can use operating to go by capital expense, to use it for capital expense as long as you do a budget
I
adjustment.
think the confusion is, we have policy, Commissioner Court has a policy, and Melissa was quoting the policy.
Mhm.
Now,
But you can bring it back to Commissioner's Court.
You know, Commissioner's Court has policies that they can adjust. You
You
know,
know, I got off too.
every, you know, we
Yeah.
call it the rule of 1, 2, 3, right? One meeting every 2 weeks, 3 votes, we can change it.
That's a good one. I'm gonna take a vote. If you want to do it, give it her.
no, but here's the thing, I already transferred 90 grand to paving.
Transfer the damn thing back. Figure out what you want to do.
Okay.
And if you want to use it,
Okay.
let's do a budget adjustment and we go on.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. I have a motion, I have a second, all in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion passes 9-0.
9?
9-0. It took y'all a while, right? 5-0. Okay. Figured get everybody laughing, we'll move on.
That was a test.
Item 27, discussion possible, was it over? Item 27, discussion possible action award.
I'm gonna make a motion to reject, I wanna rebid this, and we can get a better price.
Okay, I have a motion to reject and then go back out for rebid.
Yes, sir.
I have a motion, Commissioner Flores and Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 28, discussion possible action to award or reject rebid 2579, the construction of pad and hauling of new event center to be located in Valverde County Fairgrounds, and authorize county judge to sign after the review by the county attorney. The project will be funded from insurance funds. Low bidder, Jess?
Just contract.
Just contracting, and I know this, I'm just asking questions. Low bidder was Jess, contracting. We will, if y'all don't mind, be negotiating because there is an opportunity to save an extra $18,000 depending on the alternate. We just need to figure out what that process is going to be, and we'll bring that back to the court.
Yes.
But we need authority to talk, to give it to Jess, and then negotiate a contract.
I'm gonna make a motion to approve Judge item as presented.
Second. Commissioner Vasquez, motion, Commissioner Flores, second. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 29, discussion possible.
to approve.
Second. Motion, Commissioner Flores, and Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 30, discussion possible action for approval.
Motion to approve is listed.
I will second that, Judge.
Commissioner Flores, motion, Commissioner Vasquez, a second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 31, discussion possible action approval to have an employee health fair on September 3rd from 9 to 12 noon for all the employees, and have Commissioner's Court and Commissioner Flores authorize the use of the community
Motion to
center.
approve, Judge.
Thank you. Commissioner Flores gave the motion, Commissioner Wardlaw the second. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 32, discussion possible approval. Monthly HR report July 3rd through July
Motion
18th.
to approve is presented.
Second.
Motion, Commissioner Vasquez, Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries. Item 33, approving monthly reports from elected officials.
We good? Good morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Good morning. You're usually at the beginning, but you wanted to be at the end. Everything
On the
good?
reports from elected officials, on 37A, it ties in with 33. I'm going to go ahead and pull that district clerk report. We're not quite done with it yet.
Okay, but other than 37A, 33 approving reports from
Yeah,
elected
the rest
officials.
are in there good.
Okay. Motion, second?
Motion to approve, Judge.
Second,
I'll second that.
Commissioner Vasquez. Any questions? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 34, approving bills for payment.
I'm gonna need to, I'm sorry, Commissioner, if
You
I'm
got
interrupting
something?
here. Yeah, I'm gonna need to, correct. I'm gonna need to pull, the comptroller payments on here related to the audit. So, recent how the work done. Those expenditures are located on page 14. You notice the comptroller public accounts.
So, approve all payments except for the comptroller payment. Is that right?
Correct. Thank you.
Located on page 14.
Motion to approve.
Commissioner Flores, second.
Second, Judge.
Commissioner Vasquez, any other questions? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Discussion possible action to approve the auditor's report.
Move. I will second that, Judge.
A motion, Commissioner Flores and Commissioner Vasquez. We good?
Good.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? Discussion possible action on the following certification of revenue, Texas Association of Counties, $550.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Commissioner Flores, made the motion. Commissioner Wardlaw gave the second. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Item 37, you wanted to pull that, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, we're gonna pull that, and was there a table on that, or? not a
Motion to table.
I'm sorry.
You want to table it?
No, it was a request for executive session, I believe.
Oh,
That was it. We requested it.
Do you want to do it in executive session?
I have no idea, Commissioner. You,
Okay, well, I'll make a motion that we discuss it in executive
Okay.
session if it's,
Make
if
a
it's,
motion to
Table?
and bring it up after executive
Yeah.
session.
okay.
Motion to table. Okay, you had already made the motion.
However it works, fine.
Okay, well, let's do Garcia, table, Commissioner Garcia. Second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? I write this down, so I try not to forget. All those in favor? Aye. Item 38, discuss, closed session consultation pursuant to Texas Government Code, A 551.071, parentheses 2, attorney-client privilege, B 551.071, parentheses 1, parentheses 8, contemplated litigation, C 551.072, regarding the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property. Possible action, open session thereafter, 551.073 regarding the negotiated contract lease for value real property, possible action, open session thereafter. E 551.076 regarding security devices, security audits, and/or security personnel. Y'all get us a room, we'll take a quick little break, and we'll come back. As light comes on, we'll come back in the court. Light came on, that's quick. We had tabled item 37, no action needed on item 37, so we'll move on to item 39. Commissioners' comments? Both of y'all have something? You have what day?
On the 8th, Friday the 8th, yes.
August 8th, there's community center. Okay. And then you have,
Summer Community Health Fair, Judge, July 25th at 8:30 to 10:30 a.m. Inviting everybody at the Antonio Tony Cross County Annex, Judge, on 315 East Chapoy. Inviting everybody to show up. Have some fun.
okay. Commissioners? Anything else? All good? All good? Judges' comments, again, if y'all get a chance, in the afternoon, say a little prayer for all the individuals that lost their lives, and those individuals, hopefully, that they'll be found so the families can have some, whatever closure they can have with that. But either way. Number 41, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second.
Second.
Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. And I will get you a check a little after lunch.